coming up in today's video. Both hit. Come on, don't let me down now, because it's AP -4. I'm going to have to reroll one of those. It's going badly. Oh! Span. So 5 attacks with the Redemptor. 10 on 3s. That is one hit. 4, so the voodoo's flying around all over the show. I have no CP at this point, guys. Had to use it for the reroll on my... Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, and welcome to the Scholar Progenium. Today we have a hopefully very exciting battle report for you. A grudge match, a showdown between the Blood Angels and Mordian Glory's Imperial Guard will be actually being hosted in the glorious Mordian Glory battle bunker today. And yes, you can see over there the two armies laid out, ready. Now, what mission are we doing today? Well, we're doing battle lines. We're set up on this terrain here. We've got one objective in the command tower. We've got one objective just hidden away in this little alley. We've got one objective, of course, on the teleportation device, the teleportarium. We've got one objective on this building. Now, we've got the objectives elevated just for ease so you can see them, but of course they do count as being at tabletop level. So we'll get on to the army lists now. So today, as you can see, we have a true clash of iron. We have the might of the Dreadnoughts versus the merciless tracks of the Steel Legion. Now, I've been really enjoying using the Dreadnought list whilst I'm upgrading my main Blood Angels force to make it a bit more competitive. But so regular viewers will be quite familiar with this list by now, but I'll just take you through it in quick detail. So first of all, we have the leaders. We have a captain, and he has the gift of foresight and the icon of the angel, so he can give rerolls to charge for people within 6 inches of him. We have the librarian dreadnought. He gives the 5-up invulnerable save to a unit, and he also has the wings of Sanguinius for mobility. We have the chaplain in Terminator armor, and he takes the recitation of focus to give +1 to hit to a unit, usually a dreadnought, probably. We have then the supporting Terminators. We have a unit of 5 assault Terminators with storm shields and thunder hammers, and we have 5 Terminators. These are just regular Terminators, assault Terminators, but relic because they look cool. And then we have 3 sets of Dreadnoughts. So the first set is the fire support unit. That's the Doredo and a Venerable with double last cannon, and a standard Dreadnought with last cannon and missile launcher. The Dreado comes with all the toys, including heavy bolters. We've then got our assault pack, which have 3 assault cannons, 2 Kerrys on the 2 Contemptors, and they've all got storm bolts as well, so they're all armed identically. And the Venerable, obviously, he hits on 2s, so it's a bit better shooting. Instead of having a 5-up invuln save, though, he has a 6-up feel no pain, which comes in more than you would think. And then finally, we have our extra guys. These guys go where they need to go. They're tagged onto other units as I see fit. They'll do their own thing. We've got the Furioso with smoke launchers and twin blood talons because it's cool. We've got Redemptor with plasma, storm bolters, and the Gatling gun. Can't remember what it's called. Now, Tim, do you want to take us through your Steel Legion list, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is my 234th Armageddon Mechanized Infantry. They are my army that I've been using since 8th edition, and actually, you know, it's a bit of a shadow of its former self, considering the points changes. This army used to be able to field at least 4 more armoured sentinels, an extra Russ, and an extra armoured fist squad. But we've got what we've got today. Just to give you an idea of the points changes with this list. So I am running 5 armoured fist squads. These are an infantry squad in a Chimera. Each Chimera has got double heavy bolter and a heavy stubber, and its lasgun arrays. The infantry squads today will just be armed with lasguns, and the sergeant will have a las pistol and chainsaw.
Oh.
Yeah, I used to be able to take a bolt. Yeah, I used to take a bolt and a plasma gun in each one of those, but sadly not anymore. Then I have 2 regular Russes. These are both armed with plasma turrets, on the left. And these are armed with the Executioner plasma turret, 2 plasma cannons on the sponsons, and a hull heavy bolter. Just standard Russes. They will be going, we'll talk about that in a minute. Then we've got 3 tank commanders, 2 of them with Demolisher cannon, and 1 with the battle cannon, all 3 with plasma cannon sponsons and a hull heavy bolter, and one of them, the one with the battle cannon, does have that storm bolter just because I had the 3 points left over.
Why
and he's
not?
modelled with it. The 2 that are poking out of the top, these two here, they will be tank aces today. I'll be swapping my Warlord trait out for one tank ace trait, and I will be spending a CP before the beginning of the game for another tank ace trait. They will both be taking slow and purposeful, which means if they move less than half their distance, so 5 inches with leaving russes, then they will be rerolling ones to wound. So pretty good. So thanks to their orders, they're rerolling hits. We've got ones to hit and reroll ones to wound. Last but certainly not least, we have a Tech Priest Engine Seer. I just like to take him because I've got so much armor. He often does have something to heal up. I'm also taking on the right hand side a company commander just because I've got some infantry, and it can be helpful to have a cheeky move in your back pocket when you want to jump out of a chimera and then run 20 inches across the board. And last but certainly not least, we have the old man himself, Commissar Sebastian Yarrick. He is going to be Yarrick today. And he will be giving up. He will be the warlord, but he'll be giving up his warlord trait, so I can take that extra tank ace trait. But even without a warlord trait, he still gives everyone within 6 inches of him reroll ones to hit.
Okay, so historically, the Steel Legion would table my Dreadnought list in past editions in a handful of turns. We've seen your Steel Legion table the Chaos Knights, my other mechanised walking army. So we'll see what they can do. Now, the Duty Eternal might be a big help. You bring a lot of plasma that you like to overcharge. That's not going to help you massively
today. Last thing to mention is I'll be running a custom regiment trait today. I'll be taking gunnery, experts, and spot details, which means I reroll the random number of shots, and all my heavy weapons have got an extra 6 inch range.
You've brought everything you can to deal with these dreads. They've given you a bit of a stomping both on and off camera recently, haven't they?
I've only played them once, and
they've been giving people a stomping.
Yeah, but I took an absolute drubbing from them, so we're bringing out the big guns today.
Okay, so we'll be with you. So here we have the field of battle after deployment. Now Tim got the win on the roll-off, and he elected to take the side with a bit of line of sight blocking terrain, and he's put 2 of his tank commanders behind there, one with the demolisher cannon, of course they're 30-inch range because of his trait, and one with that big long range cannon just aiming down the board there. Now he's elected to put a load of chimeras on the front ready to run and take these mid objectives, I'm sure, but they'll be facing into these 2 bottlenecks where a lot of fire will be slung between all of this line of sight blocking terrain. So we've got one piece here, one piece in the middle, and one piece here. So distinct fire lanes and lines of assault. And then he's got his remaining just normal tanks, Limrus battle tanks in the back ready to move up and replace where the chimeras are and start shooting out again with increased range. Now on the other side, I have put slightly unconventionally my assault terminators down. They're going to actually babysit the librarian while he tries to get off Ritual of the Warp, which is one of the new secondaries. It's basically like the normal ritual one where you have to cast it within 6 inches, but instead of it being all or nothing, you get 3 points for one, 7 for a second, and 12 points for the third cast. So slightly reduced max, but it's not all or nothing. Then of course we have the Regenerator Furioso pushing up this bottleneck, ready to assault anything that comes for this objective, and we have my assault guys on this flank ready to push up and put pressure on Tim's units. So yes, that, and then obviously shooting guys out the back, kind of out of line of sight, but they can move out and start putting fire into Tim's heavy support tanks. Now, I have taken Ritual of the Warp, as I've already said. I've taken Bring It Down, because obviously there's a lot of tanks there, and I've also taken Engage on all fronts, which I was reluctant to take. There's going to be a battle to push through the bottlenecks from both sides. Now, Tim has taken Retrieve Data, which replaces Scramblers. No, Scramblers is gone. And it's very similar. How does it work again, Tim?
It's like Deploy Scramblers, except for it's not all or nothing, and you have to do it in each table quarter.
Okay. Oh yeah, you get 2 points for the or 3 points for the first table quarter, 7 for the second, or blah blah blah. Is it a max of 12 as well?
Max of 12, like your Psychic Ritual. Oh, Warp Ritual.
So both of our secondaries have been pulled down in their max points. He's also taken Bring It Down, because I have 11 points with the Dreadnoughts to bring down, and he's taken Engage on all fronts. So we're very similar to, we've both taken Bring It Down, we've both taken Engage on all fronts. Then I'm trying to cast off a Psychic Ritual of the Warp, and Tim, probably working for the Mechanicus with all this Steel Legion, or allied in some way, so they give him the best engine parts.
I have a Tech Priest.
You have a Tech Priest as well, so he wants to retrieve the data. So we're going to roll off now. I have my jar of dice.
I really think we should use the same dice because I don't trust your dice. And you picked up the gold one, which always rolls bullshit. So if you get a 6,
I have many gold dice. They all roll bullshit.
We all know. I was there when they were made.
And there's a 6. Yeah,
excellent.
So we've done the Blood Angels movement and psychic phase. Now my Assault Dreads moved up to this flank. The Redemption Furioso moved up here. The Furioso got a 6-inch advance and managed to take control of this objective. My Librarian Dreadnought moved up behind his first company bodyguard, and they of course advanced as well. And he cast off Psychic Ritual to get me 3 points in the bank, and then a Smite. I have to say, it is nice to have those locked down because Psychic Ritual is a bit of a risky one historically. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off a bit of shooting on camera now. So I'm going to start off with the Doretto, and he is going to try and crack open that first Chimera to reveal the juicy contents for my assault cannons. So it's 8 dice. First of all, he's going to shoot everything into that Chimera. Okay, so 8 dice from the Doretto. Now, I didn't get my +1 to hit Recitation of Focus, sadly. So that's a bit unfortunate. We haven't got a dice tray yet. We've got one, but it rattles too much. Okay, so that is a lot of hits. Now, I am spending the command point. So this, my heavy support, they're all going to have reroll 1s to hit. Wisdom of the Ancients. Strength. So it's strength 7.
So 4s.
4s. So it's that many at AP -3, please. 2 damage each. 5.
Very nice. So 6 up. None, so that will be dead if it's 2 damage.
Okay, yeah, okay, so it's extra firepower.
It doesn't explode, so I should have rolled that on camera, but it was a 3.
Nice. Okay, so that guy's popped open.
So roll the kills and stuff, and you can.
Yeah. So 1 minute. How many kills did you get?
2 guys die on the way out.
2 guys die on the way out. So next, I'm going to open fire with these guys. 4 last cannon shots and a crack missile into the demolisher cannon. Is it a demolisher tank? Is it a tank commander?
It is a tank commander.
Into the tank commander behind. So two last cannons, and that is 1, 2 hits. And then, obviously, because the Venerable first.
Oh, I thought you said 2 last cannons and a missile launcher, so I figured that would be.
Oh, I said 4 last cannons and a crack. I'm doing them all into him until he dies. So I always do it in this order. It's just my own habit. So nothing, no wounds. Do I re-roll? No, I'll save it. Okay, so now I'll do a crack rocket from this guy, firing over into that demolisher cannon. And it's a hit. And it's a wound.
Yeah.
AP -3.
I'm alright on a 6.
Nice. And then 2 last cannon shots. Both hit. Come on, don't let me down now, because it's AP -4. I'm going to have to reroll 1 of those. It's going badly. Oh! Span off it as well. So, started off well.
In come the Steel Legion with the steel chair.
Oh, gutted. So, I'll finish off the rest of the shooting from the Blood Angels, and we'll be with you at the end of the Blood Angels turn. So, the poor luck for the Blood Angels continued, and Tim poured salt on the wound with some clever strategy. So he continued to abuse this bit of line of sight blocking terrain in his deployment zone to put a squad of 10 in there, so they were safe from my Kerry's assault cannons. However, he is also now aiming a lot of tank barrels down at these 3 dreadnoughts as they assault through the gap. But you know, any who live will be getting into glorious melee combat against these scumbag Steel Legioners next turn. Now, as you saw, these guys just whiffed everything apart from the Doretto, who overkilled the Chimera. And then over here, I managed to do a total of 2 wounds to this Lehman Russ with the plasma. And then I managed to do 5 wounds to this guy and 4 wounds to this Chimera. So not incredible shooting at all, but we have started cracking open the armour. We've got a few points in the bag, and it's going to be hard for Tim to come onto this central objective. It's very solidified. So we'll be with you after guard movement for a little bit of guard shooting, but hopefully not too much. After the guard movement, he's rushed 1 brave tank driver up here to block the bottleneck, and another here right within claw range of that Furioso. He's then spread his tanks out a little bit, so he's actually shifted these 2 that were behind line of sight blocking. He's shifted them out so he can get some shots down range, and then he's spread his others out just so he's not too concentrated in any area, with Yarrick in the middle, of course, giving a support within 6 inches. The only other thing he did was he reversed these 2 just to try and block out my options. So if I deep strike into some Terminators, I'm only going to be able to get to the Chimera. So he's protecting his tanks with his APCs. He's not quite within range of this objective with these guys, but he is just within 3 inches of this objective with this Chimera, just like by the hair's breadth. Therefore, if he doesn't kill off my Furioso, he will at least be contesting it. So you said you're going to shoot with this Demolisher Cannon first, and you're shooting across at the Redemptor just as he emerges.
I did say that, but I have changed my mind.
Okay, what are you doing?
I'm going to shoot this Venerable instead.
Okay, shoot the Venerable, and you spent 2 CP, did you?
No, I'm not doing that yet. Okay. Total change.
Okay, massive change.
So the Demolisher Cannon, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire a Demolisher Cannon into him, and the Plasma and the Heavy Bolter is going to fire into this Venerable Dreadnought.
Okay.
I'm going to be doing the order Strike and Shroud, which means he pops smoke after he shoots, because he doesn't need to do Gunner's Kill on sight.
Don't mean to alarm you, but he's not poking.
It's alright, I can do it all into...
I don't think you'll be able to get the back Venerable because of the line of sight blocking terrain on the angle.
That's okay. We'll just put everything into this Dread then.
Everything into the Venerable. Yeah. First Venerable.
Yeah. So this is the number of shots from the Demolisher Cannon. I will re-roll the 1 with my Regiment trait, so it becomes 7. That's 6. 7. 1 second. Killing dreads is thirsty work. So you're hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. So we have 2 2s there, and a 1, which I can re-roll. So they all hit, and then it's wounding on 3s. And that's 1 failure, so that'll be 4 6-ups for you.
Okay. And I get 1.
Okay, so this will be 3d6 damage. So that is 5 damage, 8 damage, 10 damage, because you are reducing each damage.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you said. 10.
10 in total.
10. Okay, 10 dice, feel no pains. Come on, Venerable. Nope, so only 1, so he's going to die. Does it explode? And the answer is no. So that's 1 Venerable destroyed with an insane barrage of firepower right over the top of his Chimera. Okay, so we're, do you know what you're going to do next, or shall we be back after the
no, we'll rinse and repeat that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Demolisher Cannon this time into this Contemptor Dreadnought.
Okay.
Ooh, he's got 5 of Invuln. I don't like 5 of Invulns. I'm actually going to put it into... No, stick with the original plan, into that Contemptor. And the Plasma Cannons and Heavy Bolts for that one will go into that Venerable Dread.
Okay.
So this is the Demolisher Cannon. I'll keep that 10 shots. Again, he is striking and shrouding. So he'll be -1 to hit from shooting next turn. So hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Okay, so a few 2s there. And then re-roll the 1. Don't think that was part of it, was it? So I should have 10. Nope, that wasn't part of it, that was the dice. Now this will be wounding on 3s. And that is 5 wounds, and that will be 5 up and vulnerable saves.
Come on. For Sanguinius, you know what? I'm not using these dice.
Okay.
Blood Angels dice time. Things are getting heavy.
Sometimes
we've had a bad turn. Looks like the guard are going to get a good one. Okay, so 5 ups. And we have made 1, 2, 3.
That's
so 2 go through.
To be fair, I think you're owed 1, so I'm not too angry. So the damage is going to be a 1 and a 3. So at this point, I will use my command point there.
Okay.
Which makes no difference. So it will just
it goes up, but you only get 1 because of due to your turn.
So it'll just be
3 damage in total, yeah.
Okay, and then the plasma and whatnot into this one. So the number of plasma shots, I'll keep that. That's 5. I will overcharge because I want to wound you on 3s. That's a cocked dice. So 1 wound to himself, and this many hits. And that many wounds. So 3 wounds at 6 up.
I get 1.
2 damage. Because you...
Yep. Plasma.
This is the Heavy Bolter.
Just put a little dice counter over here.
3 misses from the Heavy Bolter.
Nice.
So fair enough.
Right, so that's a relatively good display, but things have fallen a little further in the Blood Angel's favour. We'll be back with you at the end of guard shooting. End of guard. So the guard turn continued to be quite devastating in the shooting. He ultimately managed to clear out the Venerable and a Contemptor charging through this line, but there is an unharmed Contemptor ready to wreak revenge. He killed off my back Venerable with last cannons, just devastating fire from this battle cannon. Is it a battle cannon?
It is a battle cannon.
Battle cannon through the gap from the antenna. And then an arc, what's it called? A plunging shot.
Yes, they exist.
Yeah, no, it's a thing. Then over here, he tried to gun down the Furioso with massed heavy bolter fire, but only did 5 wounds, which was nice. That would be 10 wounds in the old, but because of Duty Eternal, he's still standing. Yeah. Redemptor's still rocking it, absolutely unharmed on any level. And he has taken this objective with a move. He's also done strike and shroud on, is it this tank? Is it all the tanks?
You paid all but CP. This one. So
you paid CP to
do it on an extra.
Do extra orders, yeah. Yes. And then he just unleashed, and that's the cumulative weight of the guard firepower. It's quite a lot to keep track of, but as you can see, the Blood Angels are advancing, but things are getting pretty heavy. Let's hope we can get a turn of good luck now.
Just one thing in case your viewers are curious how I ordered from inside a vehicle. I spent 1 CP on mobile command vehicle. No one ever uses it, but I do, which means he can do an order from any point on that Chimera, which is how he's able to order those inside.
So there we go. Interesting. Right, so we'll be with you after Blood Angels turn to movement, and we'll do a little bit of shooting, see what we can. So after the Blood Angels movement phase, you can see that these guys have moved up so they can start shooting at tanks down there. Now, we've also moved this Contemptor up. Now he's movement blocked. If this guy's gone, that Chimera, I'll be able to charge those infantry. But I think I might leave that for now and just try and shoot them up a little bit. I've got my Librarian still here with the Assault Terminators. They've just moved up 5 and they may charge or may not. They've got a couple of 10-inch charges available to them. I think that guy's 10 inches away with a Blood Angel's charge. Furioso's moved through the gap. He's engaging on all fronts and he's ready to tear this Chimera. That's no infantry in up. And this guy again, movement blocked, but he's taken the Furioso's position, holding that objective or contesting it. And of course, he's going to sling some firepower down there and then smash up that Chimera. So I'm just going to do a little bit of shooting and I'll save some of the dice rolls for the assault phase. So we'll start off with this Dread. Now I'm going to spend 1 CP to make him reroll 1s for both of these Dreads here, and then we're going to start popping at the Demolisher Cannon tank that's just within 36 inches. Okay, so rerolling 1s, hitting on 4s. 2 4s, very nice with the last cannon, and then 3s, come on, not again. No, so 5 and a 6. Now it's only AP -3 this time.
It was thinking about it. But no, they're both going to go through, and I won't use a CP at this point.
Okay, so 2d6 damage, and it's a 4 and a 1, and I will use a CP on that 1. So 4 and a 4, 8 damage, and he's taken 1 already.
Yep, so he's got 3 left.
Okay, crack missile, hitting on a 4, it's a 6. Come on, and it's a wound, strength 8, toughness 8.
I make it.
On a 5. Okay, so I'm going to carry on shooting the Dreado and that kind of thing, but we'll be with you in the assault phase. So I should have mentioned previously, I racked the ritual points up to 7 in my psychic phase and gave the Redemptor a 5-up invuln. Now, we've rolled the charges already. These guys all failed despite the reroll from the Icon of the Angel. So no Chimera or infantry for these guys, but they are engaging on all fronts, as is this guy. We've got more engaging all fronts over here because I've got an 11-inch charge into this Chimera from the Termies, who are just behind that wall, so comfy. This guy, he couldn't get past into those guys, and I'd already, in the shooting phase, forsaken his shooting into the infantry to desperately try and shoot this guy. The Dreado, every single shot that I rolled bounced or Tim made an armor save. I spammed a bit of fire over here with bolters and did 2 wounds. Everything else, even storm bolters, went into this guy and only did 1 additional wound, so he sat there on 2 wounds, which is rough. We're going to do some combat now. So Tim's not really got anything that's a massive threat to me in combat.
Yeah,
so
he's not in yet.
Yeah, he's not in yet. I'm really pleased with the Termies being over here because it just makes them a priority target. So even though they're not specifically protecting the librarian anymore before he gets his third ritual off. They are, you know, right up in the tanks and need to be dealt with. So we'll do combat first. I'm just going to go right to left. So 5 attacks with the Redemptor. Okay, on 3s. That is 1 hit.
You've been doing this all
What
day.
is going on?
Probably a 3 to wound.
Come on. It's a 2, that's fine.
Oh, well,
Blood Angels.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't worry, I'm 2s all across the board.
I did make it though.
Okay, so that is the Redemptor having failed. Awesome. This is the name of the game today. 5 attacks with this guy, re-rolling wounds at least. So I get 3 hits. Yeah. Wounding on 2s, that's 3 wounds.
I think there would be 2 of these, are they?
Yes.
So I make 1, but 2 go through.
Okay, and then...
All the damages.
Yeah, well, I think it's flat 3, so it'll be 6 damage.
Okay.
Then we'll go for these guys. So that is, I believe, 16 attacks. Just pop me those 2, please.
Oh, I don't think I will, though.
Come on. We've got to get some combat done now. So 16 attacks on these guys.
I'll move those
Go
for
on,
you.
thanks, man.
There we go.
Now, I'm going to honour the chapter with these. Sorry, we did say it before we rolled the
Fury of the
dice.
first,
Fury of the first, rather.
I'll take
So,
your CP.
my 3s are going to hit. That was a 1
I
there.
have 2 CP now.
Okay. And that 2 misses, and that 2 misses. Okay.
Yeah, good job you did that, because that would have been terrible.
Yes, well. Got to use those CP to get around the bad luck. So it'll be 2s again. So that is a bit more reliable. That's a lot of wounds, 3 each.
How many in total?
5, 6, 7, 8.
7, 8. So it'll be 6s. Nope.
So he's going to go. Thank God. Thank the Emperor.
Doesn't explode.
Okay. And then finally, this Contempt. Now he's only got 4 wounds, so I only need 3 to go through, 2 to go through.
Yeah.
Can he achieve that? Show them how it's
He's definitely
done.
thinking about it.
So that's 4 hits. Oh,
Someone's ringing
it's
me.
all right. Silent, please. So 2 wounds. Got double 1.
All right. Okay.
Come on, don't get 6, please. Now I'm sick of this. Right, there we go. So he's going to go.
I have CP to burn, and if I get rid of it, it's a big deal. So I will do it. No. Okay. So he will. Does he explode? No.
So in the Blood Angels phase, they have failed to do any damage to this Chimera with the Redemptor Dreadnought. Can't wait to replace him with the Leviathan. It arrived today. The airbrush will be out this evening. Then we've got this guy having taken 6 wounds, and this guy having exploded, and this guy, he's died, and he's died. So we're clearing up the right flank of Chimeras.
That didn't die, did it?
Are you sure? It got like 16 wounds or something.
Oh yeah, it did die.
Yeah.
Does it explode? Oh, it did explode. We've already done that. The guy's inside.
The guy's inside. There's something we're missing.
Something missing. Because sorry, because you just killed that one, didn't you? And you did kill that one as well. So the guy's inside. 2. So 2 have died every time.
Okay, there we go. Right, so we'll be with you after guard movement, ready for the shooting. So the guard movement phase, he's jury rigged for 1 CP and healed up with the Tech Priest 3 wounds on this Demolisher Cannon, Demolisher Lehman Russ. He's shuffled everything around, so he's got these guards who are behind here, you know, they're just making sure that I can't consolidate into the back tanks there. And now Tim's going to go into his shooting, he's going to start off prioritising these Terminators, and he's spent a further CP on this guy for, what's it called? Relentless, which this match certainly feels like, and he's going to be shooting on full profile. Excellent.
Yep.
Go ahead,
He's
Tim.
going to put everything but the heavy bolter into them, because there's no point shooting heavy bolter them because of the +1/-1 on your armour from the storm shields. The heavy bolter will go into that guy.
Okay.
So this is from the Demolisher Cannon, number of shots. I'll keep that. And I'll need to get some more dice. Should have been more prepared. So he's hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s because of Gunner's Kill on sight. That's the order he's giving himself. So there's 3 1s in there, which I'll get to re-roll. That one's cocked. And that one just misses. And then I'll be wounding on 2s, and I'll be re-rolling 1s because of my tank age trait.
Of course.
Good job.
And then of course.
A lot of people don't like that tank age trait. I think it's probably the best one. So that should be 8 wounds, and you'll be on your 4-up storm shields. Do you want to use my dice? Yeah.
No, pass me my pot, please.
The pot of doom. I believe so. Yeah. Drop 1, shoot both, and shoot 1 wound.
4 ups. So it's looking pretty atrocious.
I think it's
So it's no,
three,
it's 5. So that's just enough to kill them all, probably.
Well, I've got to do
wins
D6
each.
damage. So the first one doesn't kill
Oh,
one.
the Emperor.
The second one kills one.
Okay.
The third one kills one. The fourth one doesn't kill one.
There's the Emperor.
And the fifth one kills one.
Finishes them off.
So you should have lost 3 there.
Mm-hmm.
Plasma Roonies into them now. Plasma Cannons. I'll keep both of those. So that's 5 shots. 2 misses. And reroll the 1. 3 wounds. And you've got 4 Storm Shields.
Come on, for Sanguinius.
So 1's going to go through, so that's 2 damage.
Okay, so 1's on 1 wound.
There you go. We count up, don't we, at the moment? So there we go.
There you go.
Right, so that's the first Demosh Cannon and the Heavy Bolter into that 5. That guy's taken 5 wounds. Well, good job he's rerolling 1s. 1 hit. Reroll the 1. No wounds.
Phew.
Okay.
Right, so we'll continue with the guard shooting and we'll be back at the end of the turn. So at the end of the guard turn, they continue to hammer shots into these Terminators, finishing them off with a second tank. The rest of the tanks unleashed firepower. Those that could see the final last Cannon Dread did unleash into him, and he got 4 plasma shots through, which would have been enough to, or 4, I think it was cannon shots through, which would have been enough to kill him normally. But because of the -1 damage, he ended up only taking 4 wounds, which is absolutely sweet. Tim continued to roll ridiculous amounts of dice. It's just the combination of, re-rolling, number of shots, being able to fire twice with the Demolish Cannons is just absolutely brutal. The tanks are just, grim. And Tim's combining a decent amount of luck with just making or capitalising on the narrow bottlenecks to advance through. So he's making use of this sort of cinematic terrain. It's good play from the guard, it has to be said. However, I did manage to make a bullshit amount of saves with this Contemptor, leaving him remaining on 1 wound. The Furioso was just swatted away by a flurry of plasma shots from one of these tanks, just 1. So did you strike and shroud, or
I did strike and shroud on that last plasma tank,
but not the others?
Yeah, I felt like I did more that turn, but after the dust settled, it was just the Furioso and the 5 Termites. So, but I think I split my fire when I shouldn't have done. I should have just focused on the Contemptor. I knew it when I was.
Those 4 wounds would be a dead Contemptor right now.
Yep, but the Contemptor is move blocked and the Redemptor is move blocked, so I will lose those units, but I should be able to, survive a little bit longer with my walls up. But let's see.
That's what you think. I have a plan.
Okay.
So I'll be with you after Blood Angels, movement and psychic phase, turn 3. So movement and psychic, the Dorado retreating now. He looks like he's retreating. That's because I've had to turn him around so his gun's not sticking around that line of sight blocking. He's going to start shredding at this guy, hopefully. The Librarian forsook giving this guy a 5-up invuln, and instead I've just got to start clearing out a couple of these tank commanders. I've no choice. So he's cast his final ritual, maxing it at 12 points, and he's charging forward. Yes, I'll probably be within Yarrick's heroic intervention, but it is what it is. So now we're just going to do some shooting. Now I've spent my CP, so these guys are re-rolling 1s to hit, and by the Emperor, it's stunning, but for the first time in 2 full games, this guy has not rolled a 1 for his listening at the beginning of the turn. Stop choking. So my Dorado is also hitting on 2s. Now I'm doing something a little cheeky here, a little overkill. I'm going to try and rinse these guys off this objective, and then use this guy, this Contemptor. He's going to do a firing retreat onto the officer to try and strip him off that objective. So it's 8 dice to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now hopefully this should do it. So the Dorado opening fire onto these guardsmen. So he's hit with all but 3, which he gets to re-roll, and nice. That's all hitting. And then he's AP -2 and on 2s. So 2 failed wounds, 6 wounds.
Make 1, so 5 have died.
Okay, then 3d3 shots from the Alias, and that is 6 shots, which is nice. Okay, move those out of the way. 6 shots, come on. So he's hit with most. He's hit with all. Come on, this is him cooking on gas now. Please do this, I need this. So it's strength 6, so that is all wound, apart from 1. 5 wounds.
AP...
AP dash.
Oh, okay, well that's still 3 2s. So yeah, keep going.
And then finally the Heavy Bolter. And he's re-rolling that 1.
Yeah.
And then 3s.
Yeah.
And it's 4 wounds. Over here, Tim.
Yeah, sorry, you got them.
Okay.
Just
so he's done his job. Now, with much cunning, this guy's going to do a firing retreat into the officer.
I'm going to spend a command point for take cover, so I have +1 to my save.
Okay, this guy hits with 5.
Yep.
Love the fact that he doesn't get, he's not got degraded anymore. And then that is going to be 5 wounds at AP -1, please, from the Kerrys.
4 up, so he's still alive currently.
Taking 3.
Taking 3, he's got 1 left.
Okay, then the Storm Bolter, come on, let's get the job done. It's not looking good so far.
1 hit.
1 hit. It's highly tempting to CP, but a Storm Bolter, but he's got to go. This is tricky. I'm going to use it, do you know?
Use the CP.
You know what? No, I'm not, because can you just check? Can he see him?
No.
You sure?
Yes, very, very, very sure.
Frustrating. I'm gonna have to, you know. I don't think. Oh no, I've got the Storm Bolter here.
That's true.
So I'll save it. Okay. So does he wound? Strength 4. Yes, that's a wound. And he
fails it.
Nice.
You know what? It is 5 points, but you still have another Storm Bolter. What?
Tricky CP. Edgy.
I will do it. Yeah. So he's all right.
So I'm just going to keep shooting because I know what I want next. And it is shots from the Librarian shooting across over here. Come on, let's take Tim off this objective. So he's all hitting now. Come on, enough of the crap. 3 wounds. Sure, we can't.
Hey,
there we go.
He didn't do very well at saves, to be honest.
There we go. So we've taken Tim, or Mordian, off that objective. So we'll be starting on 5 points, and now we'll be back after the rest of the shooting. We'll do a few, probably show you a couple of assaults. So the Blood Angels are closing in. After the shooting phase, it was quite satisfying to finally do some damage. We killed one of the tank commanders. We didn't even need the crack rocket, the last cannon did. The job got 6 wounds through 6 damage. These guys remained unharassed, as did this final tank commander. However, I almost messed up this charge. I only got 4, but I re-rolled it. Got 5, went round, Paladin 3, so neither Yarrick nor his Tech Priest Engine Seer can heroically intervene, which wouldn't take much to kill him. He took 3 wounds on the way in. Tim spent 2 CP, 1 to Overwatch and 1 to hit on 5s for that Overwatch. Everyone over here got their charges, which was nice, and the Redemptor, of course, only had a 1 in charge, and he made that in. So we're going to do the combat now. It's Savage Echoes. Now, please, Redemptor, please.
Redeem yourself, Redemptor.
Redeem yourself. He did redeem himself in the shooting phase because he helped clear out the squad in front of there. The Termies also fired into this squad. The Redemptor did finish the last 2 off with bolter fire, and also he managed to do 6 wounds to this tank commander, softening him up for the Librarian. Okay, so you can't interrupt. You could do some damage over here.
I could interrupt you, but I'm not going to.
You're not going to. Okay, just it's not worth it.
Guardsman, yeah.
Okay, so Redemptor first. 6 attacks. Come on, lad. Okay, so he's hit with everything this time.
Bit better.
And then he's wounding on 2s because Blood Angels. And a bit worse, but it's AP -4 now, so that's nothing. So it's 12 wounds plus 4d3, so it's like a lot. And he doesn't blow up. Finally, he's cleared the passage through to the promised lands. Okay, can you help me dice up for the Termies, please?
There's all these as well?
Yeah, all of these.
Wow,
Savage Echoes. Love it. I haven't counted the captains out yet. Okay, because 2 base +1/+1. Savage Echoes and Marines. Okay, so I hit on 4s because of Power Fists. I have reroll 1s.
Oh, it is Power Fists. Sugar.
Rerolling 1s.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, but there's 1 more there.
Is that?
Yep.
So 1 more hit. Whoop, whoop, hello, cheeky. Okay, 2 more hits. Take the 2s. And
3, and 3, and 1 more.
Yes. Okay, and killing on 2s. Just go with it. Go on. Killing on 2s.
Ooh, there's a lot.
Oh, there's a lot of 1s there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. So. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Leave some meat for the captain.
No, there's only 8 left.
Hey, to the man. Efficiency is key. Remember that. Okay, so now we'll go for 6 attacks plus a halberd on this tank. with the claw. Now it's not talons, it is just a blood claw. So that's 4 hits, and I'll be wounding on 2s, AP -4. So that is 12 wounds through him.
12 damage, I imagine.
12 damage, yes.
Okay, he's very much dead.
Cool. Does he blow?
No.
Nope.
I don't know if that point. I don't think I want any of my tanks to explode. I thought maybe take some with you.
And that is it. The Blood Angels are pushing in. We've got engage on all fronts, fully maxed for the...
No, you haven't.
Oh, no, we haven't. Hello. He's pushed forward a little too much, over eagerly. He's been led away. But that's okay. We've still got a couple of points for that. And we're racking up the Bring It Downers. And we're also going for... what else was my...
I think you got 8 Bring It Down points that turn, and you've ritualed the shit out of yourself. So
I've got the ritual. So we're racking up those secondaries, and we have put Tim starting on only 1 objective, so 5 primary points. Are the Blood Angels going to be pulling back? I think if he can clear his battle lines, he'll be in with a good chance. These are only 5 up invulns, but the Redemptor is, he's started to finally pull his socks up, and will be with you after the guard turn 3.
Just janky feeling in my body.
Okay, so Tim's a bit voodooed now with only 3 tanks on the field and a smattering of infantry. I was voodooed before, so the voodoo's flying around all over the show. Now he's going to Hail of Fire for 2 CP and use the most broken, and it should be 4 CP in my opinion, 5, 6, all the CP. Use all your CP for this.
I'll Stormbolter gun to him as well.
So he's shooting his battle cannon and Stormbolter into the Librarian Dreadnought, and he's to take 5 wounds off, and his plasma is going into the Termies.
Yep. So this is the Hail of Fire hitting on 3s, rolling 1s.
You still rolling 1s?
Yeah, that's my order. So I knew, I had the feeling in my bones I was going to roll badly today with this particular event. Now, wounding on 3s, re-rolling 1s. No, it's been a whiffer.
You're re-rolling the 1.
Yeah.
2 1s you has.
It's been a bit of a whiffer. Yeah, it's only 4 damage. Well, if only 4 go through.
Okay, so 5 ups. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, well, I'll use yours, but if I lose this game, it's because of this
me.
individual dice roll where I used yours. So
3
for 3,
you have no CP.
I have no CP at this point, guys. Had to use it for the reroll on that. Oh, hello.
Oh,
hello.
So that will only be 3 damage.
No, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4.
-1.
Yeah? Oh, it's D3?
Yeah, it's D3.
Oh, I thought it was D6. Oh, praise the Emperor and Saint
So I'm going to use a CP there, because it's the only random damage weapon I've got. No, it makes no difference because of your thing.
1, 1, 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's taken 6 damage.
2 wounds left.
Ah, duty eternal.
Bolter of the Storm.
Needs those 5s.
It's double 5. You need to, it's a save or die situation.
Duty eternal. And it's okay.
Okay. So that was really unfortunate for me. Now, plasma into the Termies. I'll keep 4 shots.
It's the worst you've rolled all game.
I don't want to be greedy. 3 hits. We roll the 1. 3 wounds because it's strength 8. And 3 5 ups on your Termies.
Come on. And it's none, so that'll be
1's dead and 1's taken.
Oh yes, of course. I forget they're on 3 wounds these days. 1's dead, 1's taken a wound. Yeah. Sweet. I'll take off that guy.
Okay. So now.
Do you know what you're doing, or shall we be back at the end of the shooting phase?
Yeah, be back.
We'll be back at the end of the guard shooting phase.
Oh, I was meant to shoot maybe Bolter as well.
Oh, you did declare it. That's fine. My dreams have been recognised. Tim is charging Yarrick in. That's the rules of the streets. You either charge or be charged. He's going in with that power claw from the orcs.
So he hits 3 times, but he re-rolls 1s.
Nice.
He hits on 2s, but I think it's -1 because of the claw, yeah. So wounding on, I think it's 2s. No, he's toughness 4, but he's strength 3. So that's still 3 wounds on you.
Okay. 4 pinbun. And it's
at least
looking...
1.
Okay.
It's the big 3 though.
Okay, nice.
Taking 3 damage, you've only got 3 left.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lightning claw attacks. Now I get to re-roll 1 hit, 1 wound, and 1 save per turn. So I'm going to do that in a second, because I forgot about that. Start with his Gift of Foresight. So he's hit with everything, but this one, which you can re-roll because of Gift of Foresight.
Is that per game?
No, that's every turn, including yours. And then wounding on 2s, of course.
Okay.
And that's 8 wounds on Yarrick. Now, Yarrick has a very interesting ability. The first 3 fails. AP -3, remember, because of lightning claws.
Yeah, so I have to use 3 at a time.
Yes. And then he has Feel No Pain of a 3 up after he's on 1 wound.
So he's got a 4 pin button save.
So, okay, so he's now on 5 Feel No Pains of 3.
No, he just failed all those saves. So he is actually on 8 3 up, feel no pains.
Oh, I see. Oh, of course, yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use a CP there.
No.
Okay, this is what it is.
Praise the Emperor.
So 8 3 ups.
There's more than you can handle there, my friend.
Yeah, because it's on his last wound, isn't it, technically?
And the captain slices and dices Yarrick apart, doing what many orcs have failed to do in the past. And sweet.
Can I just say, how the turntables? My
luck indeed, my
totally
friend.
bottomed out.
You've taken a nosedive into the ground.
No
hit every branch on the way down with a bad luck tree.
So I should have made 4 vulnerable saves. I made none, and then I should have made loads of 3 up feeling the pains, and I made like none. So it was just like the worst luck. But there you go. Like statistics don't always mean anything.
There we go. So after the guard, that's the end of you. So you've got one dude.
Shit, I meant to charge tech respawn. Oh, I forgot.
No, you didn't want to. You decided against because he's holding that objective for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you want to charge these guys in, Timothy?
No.
No. So that is the end of the guard turn. Now he has got engage on all fronts for 3 corners.
Yep.
You know, and then he is just with that sponson over the line. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
The sponson here in this table quarter is the only unit you've got there.
What?
He's in. I'm just saying.
He's in. Oh, yeah. So I thought you said he was out. I was like,
right, he's so salty right now.
No,
Even when I'm telling him he's get points, he's like, no, I've got points.
I read it, like, what?
As victory slipped from his grasp like so many grains of sand. It's very, very close. I'm only winding him up. But right, so it is Blood Angel's turn 4. That was your turn, right? Yes, Blood Angel's turn 4. We'll probably do summary turns now, ladies and gentlemen, because we'll crack on. The might of Sanguinius. We did some stuff this turn, I can tell you. So the first stuff that we did is this guy. He rolled another 6 on his macroplasma blaster thing.
Tables have turned.
The tables have certainly turned.
The luck has dropped
He only got
out
3 hits, but then overall he did a total of 9 damage to this guy. Tim didn't make any saves. And then he shot backwards with his other bits and bobs to start trimming this guy off the objective in case they run for my chaplain or to try and pull some crap on me last turn. So he killed 3 of those, leaving them with 7. Then I managed to kill 5 of the guardsmen with a bit of shooting from the assault cannon, carries assault cannon, that kind of thing. And then my Doredo shot all 8 shots into the priest, taking Tim off this objective. That frees my captain up, and he tagged both of these tanks. Tim didn't overwatch. Remember the reroll that I said I needed to do for my armour? Well, I managed to make that, and then Tim did overwatch and did another 4 wounds down to me. So that's that. And I didn't do an extra reroll save on him, but I've forgotten it twice now, and I've had one back. So he's not getting that. Yeah. Now, he did a couple more wounds to this guy. So I think he'd only been on 7, but he was on 9 after the Redemptor shot at him. But this guardsman ran away. So I'm currently holding 1,
You're holding all the objectives.
2, 3, and not quite. Am I within 4?
You shouldn't be, because
I shouldn't be at all. So 3 objectives, and Tim's holding none at the start of the 4th turn. So it's just
my turn. So basically, I've just been. We've been rushing a bit. It's a bit hot and everything, but I've just been lazy. I should have split these tanks. So I couldn't tag them back. That was a silly move. I've literally been very lazy. I think
well, that's not true. The first 3 turns, you were absolutely precise. No one could have knocked anything. The way you blocked all this up, you were absolutely professional with your play.
You just had that turn where you killed everything.
I had that turn where I killed everything. It voodooed you, and then you forgot to split these guys up. Yeah. But
it's still
anyway, we've got still lots to play for. The point's quite tight, so we'll be with you after guard turn 4. In the guard turn, the sponson gunners or the heavy bolters decided to shoot into the captain to try and kill him off. He got 1 heavy bolter wound through. I failed it, but then I re-rolled it and I got a 5 up. Then in other news,
can I say?
He's really mad about this. He even questioned the definition of a turn.
I'm over it now. But I'm very surprised, yet impressed that Gift of Foresight is every turn. So
good.
So
I
thought it was like
3 sources.
Yeah, I thought it was once per game, and then I was like, oh, it's like it's once between once per turn, and then in my head I registered that as like
battle round.
Yeah,
that's how gaining CP.
That's how everyone fucking works. But this guy. You guys will rerolls for days, but it's good because
he didn't do any wounds to the tank. The tanks didn't do wounds to him.
Yeah, but the first, just to make a big deal out of it, the first tank did that. So if he had died, like if he wasn't a Gift of Foresight guy,
second tank could have
all the tanks could have shot, and it would have been.
Yeah, because what he declared was heavy bolter and then plasma into this guy to take me off this objective. But unfortunately, he failed that with both tanks. So the captain just absolutely causing havoc behind enemy lines. Really cool.
If it paid off, it would have been very good.
If it paid off, it would have been very good. However, he did pile in and swing his bums round on his tanks. So to bring him, just within a hair's breadth of 3 inches of that objective. We can consider that very much secured. So overall, he managed to get 2 points for engage because he's in 3 table quarters. Not forgetting these guys over here who are just scoring. And he got no points on primaries. And I'll be starting the turn with 15
so
primaries.
So it's basically over. We'll play it out.
So at the end of the game, we just did turn 4 and turn 5 for Blood Angels and the Guardsmen together. Ultimately, in the final turn, the final strike of the game, the captain managed to shove his lightning claws through some kind of grill that looked important on one of the plasma tanks. It exploded, spilt molten slag all over him, and he was killed as well. Because, it turns out, if you want to kill a captain with Gift of Foresight,
blow up on him.
Yeah, blow up on him. Dodge this.
Didn't see that coming.
No, not at all. Okay, so Tim pulled out from his little hideaway cave that has been hiding with this bravest hero of the Imperium here all game, and slung a shot, and he did the 2 CP, he saved his CP greedily. The 2 CP Hail of Fire, and just wrecked that Dreadnought on that objective. But in my turn, I had moved this Dorado back to secure it in my final turn. So, and I had the chaplain here as well. And Tim doesn't have an officer to move these guards. So that just absolutely secured that objective. So at the end of the game, the Blood Angels came out with 82 points, including painting score. And the guard came out with 57. So massive snatch and grab there. The Blood Angels getting absolutely hammered as they charge down these firing lanes. But eventually, with determination and one turn of good luck to bring it back into the game, they managed to turn the tables and give those guard a real chance. But I have to say, although the points are big, the game was very, very close. I have 2 models left on the table, and I'm absolutely blown away by this firepower compared to when I face your Mordians and that kind of thing. The firepower in this army is absolutely devastatingly brutal. And we are actually going to be playing a rematch of this game, but Tim using his Mordian Glory, his what are they called?
It's my Iron Guard, but it's I've got an interesting list in mind, so I'm going to see what I can do.
Indeed. Anything to say, Tim? Anything to add?
Yeah, just a couple of bits. So what I feel like is that my army in this case, it had a lot of firepower, and I went into this game knowing that the plasma was going to struggle.
Because only 1 damage each.
It's only 1 damage
and again, it's been helpful for me against any opponent.
Yeah. So what I've realised is literally what I'm going to do is it's time to stop messing around. Like, it's a demolisher cannon on every turret. It's a multi-melter on every sponson.
Ooh.
We are not taking the mick anymore. Like, it's going to be. I've got the stuff. All I need to do is get a few more demolisher turrets, pay up some sponsons, and we're good to go.
Time to stop pulling punches, really.
Yeah, like this.
The guard are on the back foot compared to some of the lists that we've got flying around on the channel, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. I'm running a lot of 8th edition armies on my channel, and you're fortunate most of your armies are 9th edition, and I can no longer afford
to take any fluffy options.
To take not even a singular point of fluffy upgrades. So that's the way it's going to be. Like, the one exception I would say is having 1 battle cannon. Everything demolished cannons, but 1 battle cannon was fantastic because he outranged everyone all game, and he just
flattened
things every single time. So yeah, that would be the one exception. But yeah, it's just time to stop messing around.
For the Blood Angels, I can't believe it. This dread list, every time it just comes through. It's absolutely ridiculous. Can't wait to play a rematch tomorrow. But yeah, so you guys make sure if you've enjoyed this battle report to check out Mordian Glory's channel. And I'm sure he'll also do a Voxcast. He does a Voxcast every Thursday.
It's an after-action report.
So he'll obviously discuss this game and tomorrow's game.
Yeah.
And then any final thoughts, Mordian?
The very last final thought is this Dread list. It may be undefeated, and that's really, really impressive. And I think Dreadnoughts are going.
And it's a fun list for me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you could definitely.
I don't think of it as a competitive list.
Yeah, but what I would say is,
I'm
walking away with, even though it's a loss, I'm walking away with quite a big grin on my face because this is the first list, the first time that these Dreadnoughts have been quaking in their boots. And this is the first time.
I was really sweating.
And this is the first time that the Dreadnoughts have come out, in terms of what's left on the board, on the worst end of it.
Yeah,
normally they table everyone around them. So Yeah, I'd like to think I've got a little personal victory there, but of course, well played to Johnny because he's got the actual victory.
Thank you very much. So thanks for having us round into the Morning Glory Battle Bunker. Hope you guys have enjoyed this battle report. Hope you found it interesting and entertaining. This has been the Scolopagenium and
Morning Glory.
Thank you very much for your time. Goodbye.